Well, I have to say, Maggie Gyllenhaal really got a use out of Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie. He did a lot of dancing. Hey everyone, it's Honest Stewie here, and this is my review on The Bride. So, I'm not going to spoil it. If I do get into any spoiler territory, like I'm telling you this straight away, I'll warn you, as I always do. So, quickly going to say the stars' names and then I'll get into it. So, it stars Jessie Buckley and Christian Bale. Christian Bale's obviously Frankenstein, and Jessie Buckley is the bride. Now, I've got that out the way because I want to get the names in. I want to give them credit. Before that, I watched the trailer, and before I went into the movie myself, without even seeing the reviews, I was skeptical because when I saw the trailer, especially the first one before the Florence one, I thought, oh, I don't know if this looks a bit pretentious and a bit sort of the design of her. I didn't quite like it from first look. It looked a bit goofy. You seen stuff, makeup. It just looked like she put mascara on her mouth, and it looked a bit like she didn't really look undead. Put it that way. And when you look at the reviews before going to watch it, everyone was saying that it was the worst movie they've seen. It was so bad they walked out the cinema. Really? Walking out the cinema these days? You know how much it is for a ticket these days to be walking out? So I'm thinking to myself, even if it's bad, I'll sit through it. Even if it's the worst movie going, I'll sit through it. 2-3 hours, 6, I'd pay for that ticket. I'll have a nap if I need to. Chairs are comfy nowadays. Anyway, so I'm going to give you my take on the movie and the real review of The Bride. Basically, if you want an honest review of The Bride, if it's good, if it's bad, I'll be honest with you, and I'll tell you straight off the bat, it's good. It's mint. For me, personally, blew me away. And I'm not into pretentious. I didn't like Poor Things with Emma Stone. I thought that was pretentious. I thought that had nothing to it. And it started off good, reeled me in good, and then just nothing was happening, and it was very just wrong in certain bits, and even the missus agreed. She liked it more than me. Mark Ruffalo obviously is awesome, but even Mark Ruffalo in that movie, I didn't like him in that movie. I love Mark Ruffalo too. And obviously Willem Dafoe and all that, I can go on forever. But going back to The Bride, it's very pretentious, but it works. This is where it works, where pretentious movies works and where I get a bit confused. So, with audiences. But what confuses me is Longlegs got an amazing score, got amazing reviews. Everybody said it was one of the best horrors they've ever seen. Nicolas Cage was 10 out of 10 in it, and the whole story, she was amazing in it. I love her as an actress too. Whole story blew them away and scared the crap out of him. Now you watch the trailer, and I was like, what the hell's going on here? Crept me out a bit, but, whatever, with a drape. I'll go in, and I'm bored out of my mind. I'm bored. Nothing happens. Like, basically, not even nothing happens. Stuff happens, but it's dumb. Like, the guy getting shot, going in the house to see the guy, like the cop. Oh, I've got this door where he gets shot. And then it shows symbols throughout the whole movie, and it leads to absolute, one of the worst endings in the movie. It was just so bad, so pretentious. And this is the pretentious side I don't like, where it's just pretentious for being pretentious and just, oh, it's an arty movie, it's this and that, and the ending is just terrible. I wasn't buying it for a second, and I clocked out halfway through. I just finished it to the end. And I didn't go and watch it at the movies. Good job I didn't. And even Nicolas Cage in this wasn't very good. I didn't think he was good. I like Nicolas Cage, I really like him, but in this he wasn't. But when it comes to The Bride, it works so well being pretentious. Like, it actually adds to it, and it's such a... This is the thing with Longlegs. I thought it was very generic, and it's been done before, and it was the same movie again. Conjuring, Insidious, they're what people seem to be giving good scores to lately. Whereas when you go and watch unique movies like The Bride, Scream 7, people are now saying, oh, they're the worst movies they've ever seen because they're not buying what would happen in the movie. The script doesn't seem right. Seems this, seems that. And you just look at them and you're like, do you know it's a movie, right? It's not real life. And obviously this isn't going to be actually The Bride, but it is. It's not like the old school Bride movies, because it can't be, because Guillermo Toro is going to do a Bride movie with who we just had, what we just had on Netflix. There's going to be another Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein with Emilia Goff. So we're not going to get a Frankenstein, like Bride of Frankenstein movie. I knew this going in. A lot of people should have done the research and known that this is technically more of a, not even just a statement, more of a Bonnie and Clyde Frankenstein. Is the best way to describe this. She even has, and you know this straight off the bat, it's not spoiling me saying this, she even has a leg cast on that Bonnie had throughout the whole movie. They have the old cars, it's set in that era, and I think it works perfectly. Now, there was dance scenes in this movie. I hate dance scenes usually, you know, like random dance scenes to be quirky, and I usually don't like it. I thought that's what failed with Lucifer on Netflix. But when I watched this, I loved the dance scenes. I liked the story. I was hooked straight away. Not to spoil it here, they didn't show it in the trailer, and I can see where it could throw people off. I can't say how it annoyed people because it hooked me instantly. It's obviously the author of The Bride, Mary. Sorry, I can't think of a surname. I keep going to say Mary Beth, but I don't think it's Mary. It might be Mary Beth actually. But she is amazing in this. I know it's the same actress, but Jessie Buckley, absolutely. Even if you're not keen on the movie, she carries it with Christian Bale anyway. Them two on the screen was just amazing. Jake Gyllenhaal is awesome in this. He's an absolute knob as a character in this movie, but he is mint in it too. The cops are great. The design's good. I mentioned about the look of her. Now, this is an interesting fact. It doesn't state this in the movie, but what happens is, before, the only flaw, little nitpick I could have with the movie is how she becomes the bride. That could be my nitpick. And the mob boss thing. They're my two nitpicks. By that, I mean, we didn't need them. So, for instance, we did need the author to be in her for them scenes of random bursts of just with a voice change, the whole face change when she did it too. What an amazing actress she is, man. I love it when people do that, when the whole face changes, like Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, where his face changes. Just amazing. But what happens is, I think it's a bit early with adding her voice. So basically, she's just having a meal with these creepy men. She's getting paid, and it's hinted that cops send her in there to get them, but you don't know this till the movie goes on. Not spoiling me saying this. You know, you don't need to know. It's nothing to spoil the story of it, because the story of it, it's more what you're watching, what you're seeing. And obviously by the ending, you know, I predicted the ending a little bit, but then I didn't at the same time. You'll get what I mean. But it's Bonnie and Clyde. Basically Bonnie and Clyde. And I loved it. So, as I was saying in the beginning, I don't think they should have had her, because like having a meeting with the people, and he's creepy. They're all creeps. They're with this mob boss, and all of a sudden she just, boom, another voice comes. It's a bit like schizophrenic. All of a sudden, another voice takes over her, and she is talking in this British accent, old Victorian, like older than the 80s. It's set in the 80s, maybe 60s actually. No, 80s. She's talking like 60s, like very vulgar for it. Like swearing and all this stuff that obviously was frowned upon back then. Still low key is now, but you know, especially from women. And that's what this movie's about basically. And I think she shouldn't have been introduced just yet. I'll get into the other side of the movie that, you know, is why I like it more. Why I really like it more. When she becomes Mary Beth, I say Mary Beth, I keep saying Mary Beth. I think it's Mary Beth. Mary. I think it's too early. So, personally, she does it, and then she gets pushed down the stairs. Well, she basically flings herself down the stairs and becomes the bride. I think she shouldn't have came her yet. I think she should have opened up with showing her, by all means, slipping in through the cracks and all that. Amazing, you know, great trailers, because they didn't show her at all. So I do think the trailers would have threw her off going in, definitely. But what I did like was the details of the movie. So I think she should have came in when she came back to life, is when she should have been in it. She should have brought her back, and it should have been like but then it could have fell under how was, you know, battling between each other, and it's not that. So basically, what I was saying about the design of her, going back to the design, the black tar stuff coming out of her, it's basically she has revived, at least revitalized. She gets revived, and it's all the black tar stuff, comes out of her ears and nose, everything, and it stains her skin from her mouth, like a load comes out, and it stains her skin, and like with lines, and it's there. There's a theory, not theory. It's been cracked. It's been confirmed even. Mary was coming out of her mouth, so it was the author as well as her, and I thought that was. I was like, wow, yeah, I love the design of this movie, and I will say it is a statement. It's a heavy statement in this movie, and I absolutely love it. And people who say that they can't stand the movie because of the it's woke, it's feminist, this and that, it's really, really not the case. The case is it's done right. Yes, it is a feminist movie. Yes, it is a very women's rights movie, but with the black tongues and stuff like that, and it can be cringy. It could have been cringy. Low key, if you look at it in a different mindset, you'd be cringing and you probably won't like it one bit. I loved it. And I'm usually I'm not against women moving. I love it when that happens, when the women get power over them. Because but with this, you could also say he was unnecessary to be in it, and that was unnecessary to be in it. You could arguably say, I could agree with that. I can agree with that. But I'm glad it's in, just to wind up the people, because it will only trigger you really badly if you're against it. Yes, there is cases where you don't really want to see it. You just go watch a movie and you don't want that tone in there. I get that. I do get that. But the people who are saying it's the worst movie, it sucks this, that, because it's this and that, you look at them and you go, yeah, you're not someone's review I would go off anyway, especially when it comes to like standing up for women's rights and stuff. You not really think in the 80s a women even, I mean, wasn't there a time where like, well, they're still not getting paid the same now, which is wrong. Definitely wrong. But there was a time where they were literally just there to be used, and I had to stay at home and cook all day. Didn't back then. It's just wrong. Anyway, and some things don't change, and I think they need to. Great movie. I think this movie for me, and we're going to rewatch it. Me and Mrs. loved it. I think she needs to do a lot more movies like this. I think she needs to do another one, The Bride. I'd go and watch it. And a real review on this is it's a great movie. Just go in there, just going up-minded. And don't even worry about the reviews, because I heard a couple of bad things too going in. And I can say I wasn't expected to be blown away by it, but I did. But I do love that sort of... What does it for me is the author coming through it, of Frankenstein. Don't research The Bride going in. There's people who's researched the old school Bride movies. It's not like that. It's not going to be like that. It's a new sort of era on it, and it works. And this is one thing that I like about the movie. It's unique. There's no movie like this. Even Bonnie and Clyde isn't like this movie. You could arguably say, oh, it's a Bonnie and Clyde, Frankenstein. Yeah, but that's skimming over what it is. With the dance scenes and with the guns and with like sort of some of the stuff she says, the way she acts. Christian Bale as well. And it's just the Doctor too. It's great, and I loved it. And the reason I'm making a video on it is mainly just to say to go, just enjoy it. Why is everybody whinging about movies now? Like they're not bad. I've seen bad movies. Playdate's one of them. Yeah, and there was ones. What was it with Batista and Jason Momoa? That was The Wrecking Crew. They're bad movies. They're boring and nothing burgers. See, that's why I haven't done a movie video for a bit, because I've had this pretty cold still in my head. There was one, I watched Nicolas Cage, The Surfer. Trash. But that's pretentious trash. Nothing burger. But this, I loved it. Great. Go and watch it. It's worth it. And quit your jibber jabber whining, boy.